Did you know that there's around 600 ingredients to make one cigarette? And when your cigarette burns, it creates about 7,000 different chemicals. Obviously, I'm way too lazy to write all these, so here's just a little list. I was tattooing a friend of mine and he came with his 18-year-old son. While I was tattooing him, I noticed that he smelled like cigarette and he was coughing a lot. I'm always surprised when a really young person smokes cigarettes in 2024. He told me he started smoking around 16 years old. Why the fuck would you start smoking or keep smoking in 2024? That I don't understand. After everything we know, remember that first cigarette you had? Felt a little bit nauseous, coughing, a little bit of a headache? Your whole body was telling you not to do that, but yet, you kept going at it. Why? Because you're cool. Don't worry, I know the feeling because I was there once in my life. In my high days, I used to smoke 2 packs a day. Yes, I know, that's a lot. So obviously, I told my friend's son that he should quit smoking now. And his answer was, isn't it hard to quit smoking? Trust me, if I quit cold turkey after 20 plus years, you can stop after 2 years. Even 5. It's fine. After smoking over 20 years and 15 of them was more than 1 pack a day, it took me 3 times to finally quit. And I'm happy to say that it's now been somewhere around 15 years that I completely quit. And how did I do that, you may ask? Well, it was a bunch of things, but the main thing was I read a little book. Although I'm not gonna pretend to be perfect, I do occasionally smoke a good Cuban cigar with a good coffee. But in the past 15 years, that never gave me the feeling that I wanted to smoke cigarettes again. So why should you quit smoking cigarettes? Especially if you're in your 20s. I mean, everyone should quit smoking. It's not good for you. But especially if you're in your 20s, because there was a study published in February 9, 2024 by the NEJM Evidence that if you quit smoking before 40, you can expect to live as long as someone that never smoked. And for anyone that quit smoking after 40, it takes about 10 years to go back to that non-smoker survival rate. And 50% of those benefits are within the first 3 years of quitting smoking. But don't go and tell yourself, oh, I'm just 20 years old, it's okay, I have time, I'll just smoke and then I'll just stop when I want. You never know when this is gonna come and bite you in the ass. And it could be much faster than you think. I actually did a full physical not too long ago. My lungs are okay, my liver, like everything's fine. I am very lucky. Maybe you won't be. And also, it could be very slow. I saw my grandmother died from emphysema. That was not fun. Obviously, there's many more bad things that cigarette could give you, but it's written on the packs. So, we all know, but we decide to still do it. Anything you do in life will have consequences, and some of those consequences won't be immediate. Will you be ready to deal with those consequences when they arrive? And think about this long and hard, because the thing is, you might think that you don't care and say shit like, we all have to die of something and blah, 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 blah. But then, when it comes to time that you feel bad, that your doctor has a bad news for you, and that you could die, most likely you will go cry to your mommy, oh, I don't want to die. So be careful what you send out to the universe about being tough and not caring about dying, because the universe might just give you what you ask for. And I've seen it happen. Now, some people, they substitute smoking with vaping. Actually, some doctor says it's better to smoke cigarettes because you actually know what's in it. You know exactly what's gonna happen to you, instead of just being a guinea pig for a new product, because there's still a lot of shit in vaping. Okay, some of you are gonna say, yeah, but it's not as bad as cigarettes. There's less chemicals in vaping. Yes, that's true. I find this comparison a little bit stupid. It's not healthier. It's just less bad. It's still bad. There's no difference in my mind. Back to that book. The author makes an analogy that I really like. Every time you smoke a cigarette, and that cigarette doesn't give you cancer, it's like throwing yourself off a tall building, and at every floor you pass, you're telling yourself, hey, I'm okay. At some point, you're bound to hit the ground, and cigarettes will catch up to you. And also, did you notice that cigarettes is the only drug you use when you're happy, sad, angry, excited, bored, stressed, tired, scared, pondering, taking a break, after sex, after a meal? No. I guess I should do my thumbnail now. Can I fit? I don't know what will. This is why this shit is so addictive. You tie it to every aspect of your life, and it's socially accepted to do so. And it's super accessible. It's almost like drinking, but still, if you tell your boss that you're going on a smoke break, it's fine. If you tell your boss that you're going for a vodka break, I think you might have some problems. But when you think about it, there's absolutely no drug that is accepted like cigarette. Okay, let's say you watch this video and you decide to quit smoking. Here are some benefits of quitting smoking you shall experience. And some of those, they might sound strange to you if you're in your 20s because you're probably not dealing with that yet. But in a very close future of yours, depending of what you want out of life, these can affect you greatly. Home insurance. If you're a smoker, your home insurance is gonna go up because you're a fire hazard. Life and health insurance. If you have a family, you need those. And if you're a smoker, they will be more expensive. One of the obvious benefit, money. A pack of cigarette in 2024, and I was to my surprise because when I was smoking, I quit smoking, I think it was $8, $10 for a pack of cigarette. And when I started smoking, it was $4. Now they're freaking 20 bucks. So if you smoke an average of 1 pack a day, and don't give me that, oh, I only smoke a couple of cigarettes and I'm okay. It's called an addiction for a reason. It will increase over time. Let's say you smoke 1 pack a day. So it's $20 and you smoke for 5 years. So it's 365 pack a year. Times 20, that's $7,300 every year. Times 5. $36,500. Can you imagine what you could do with that money? That's absolutely insane. That's actually one of the reasons why I quit smoking back in the days. It was the money. I thought that $10 was stupid expensive. And now I look at that, almost 40 grand if you smoke 5 years. And to me, it's always funny when you hear people bitching about the price of life, how much the food cost, and bitch about everything being too expensive, and yet they do so smoking a cigarette. That doesn't make sense, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Your looks? You're young right now. You don't have wrinkles, you look good, you look cool. Have you ever seen a 60 to 70-year-old that smoked their whole life? I get it, everyone will age differently, but you will get those smokers' wrinkles and those yellow teeth as well. Your cardio, obviously, it's gonna get much better. No more random coughing and gunk in the throat in the morning. You're gonna taste your food again. No more random headache. You're not gonna stress anymore about maybe becoming sick because of smoking. You're not gonna stink anymore. Clothes, breath, and you're gonna stop annoying people around you with your smoke. That just makes me think, if you're a smoker watching this and you smoke in your car with your kids in the car, and you should know better. Stop that. That actually should be illegal. And don't give me that excuse that quitting smoking is hard. The pharmaceutical industry and the tobacco industry wants you to believe that quitting smoking is hard, so they can sell you all that crap, like the patches, the gum, the sprays, I don't know what else bullshit they sell you. Or not have you quit smoking at all. Because it's to their advantage if you smoke. They make a lot more money with you smoking. And then later, when you get sick, the pharmaceutical industry makes money with you again. Now, it might be that there is this conspiracy speaking here, but I firmly believe in that. Did you know that nicotine is actually completely out of your system after 4 days? So if the nicotine is completely out of your system after 4 days, it's all a matter of controlling your head, your behavior. You don't need gum, patches to substitute for the nicotine. You're just prolonging the problem by taking substitutes like that. It's such a beautiful fall day. I had to come outside a little bit. So when you quit smoking, there will be side effects, but other than a little bit of irritability, maybe having a little bit of trouble to sleep, headaches, there's nothing much is gonna happen to you. And it's funny how when we start smoking, we push through those same side effects because we want to keep smoking, but then when it's time to quit smoking, you dread those side effects. You don't want to go through them. It's a strange thing, don't you think? And between you and me, 4 days of having to put up with some annoying side effects, it's not the end of the world compared to all the benefits that quitting smoking is going to give you. And also, quitting smoking can't hurt you. It's just a little bit annoying. In this book, Alan Carr talks about two demons. You have the small demons, which is the nicotine in your system that goes away rather fast, and you have the big demon. He's the real problem. It's you. It's your head. It's your cravings and your control. Or lack thereof. And the big demon is much bigger after you've been smoking for 20 plus years. And if you're still in your 20s, have you ever heard the expression, quit while you're ahead? You definitely should do that. And now I'm gonna give you some tips to quit smoking. Well, I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but some of them really helped me, so here it is. Well, first off, read that book. La méthode simple pour en finir avec la cigarette par Alan Carr. The Easy Way to Quit Smoking by Alan Carr. That did wonders for me. The second one is a little bit weird. You know when life helps you out? You can't smoke. Let's say you have a cold, you have the flu. Something happens that it's not physically possible for you to smoke or you just don't feel like it. It's always the first week or so, the hardest when you quit smoking. It was for me anyway. Because of that cold or that flu, if it's been a week that you haven't smoked, you know, it's a great start not to smoke again. Some people say to set a date and respect it. I say as soon as you have the motivation to quit smoking, you should throw out your cigarettes and stop smoking. The only thing is you really need to make sure you want to quit smoking. Because if you're not sure and you try to quit and then you start again, you try to quit, start again, you're just going to reinforce in your head that you suck at this, that you're not strong enough of quitting smoking, and it's going to make it that much harder. So once you take the decision, just jump into it and, you know, don't think about it. Another thing is get rid of all the smoker stuff in your house. Cool ashtrays, cool lighters, your yellow mustache, wash your yellow fingers, clean your yellow teeth. Clean the whole house of any trace of smoking. One great trick that Alan talks about in his book: keep doing what you usually do. Don't surrender your lifestyle for quitting smoking. Do all the same things, but now as a non-smoker. If you have a craving, just take 3 to 5 deep breaths, just relax and it will pass, and just move on with your day, your night, or the activity you do. Because if you quit your social life or the activities you like to do because you quit smoking, you'll start resenting quitting smoking because it's gonna make you feel like you have to stop living your life. Kind of makes sense. Another one that he talks about in his book is don't substitute cigarettes with anything else. Don't drink water or don't eat a carrot or whatever. A lot of people are scared, especially women. They're scared of gaining weight if they quit smoking. And obviously, you will gain weight if you start eating like a pig every time you have a cigarette craving. Just suck it up. The craving of wanting a cigarette lasts maximum 3 to 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure you can handle that. And also, don't give cigarette all that power. Which takes us to the most powerful tool you can have for quitting cigarettes: your inner dialogue. If you keep telling yourself that quitting cigarettes is hard, it will be hard. And if you start telling yourself that it's easy, it will be much easier. I've never felt more in control of my mind and my body than when I had a craving and I actually resisted it. Every time you have a craving, just remember one thing. Remember who has control. Yes, that's you, my friend. You are the captain of that beautiful ship. And you know, if you blame smoking on your stressful life, well, you have two choices. Is either you try to manage your stress and change something in your life, or you can buy one of those fidgety spinner thing and, you know, that's much healthier. If you have any question, write them in the comments. If you have an answer to those questions, answer in the comments. I like you. You're a good person. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you very soon. It's a very easy and fun book to read. There's this chapter here, Les avantages d'être un fumeur, the advantages of being a smoker. It's nothing, and then it goes to the next chapter. This little funny guy. 3 weeks following you quitting cigarettes, you could have symptoms and, you know, like craving cigarettes. Yeah, it's a great book. Read that.